if you look at the title, hypothesis testing in simple and multiple regression model, here you can see two different words, that is hypothesis testing and the regression. So these are two different concepts which have been brought together in this particular unit 4.2. So why this has been done? तो देखो, हाइपोथेसिस टेस्टिंग में हमने क्या किया? हाइपोथेसिस टेस्टिंग में हमने नल हाइपोथेसिस, alternate hypothesis, if and then we carried out different testings, t test, f test, z test. So depending on the size of population कौन सा टेस्ट करना है ये हमने डिसाइड किया. आफ्टर doing this, after getting the calculated values from t test, f test, z test, we compared those values with the critical values from the table, t table, f table and all. And after comparison, we if the calculated value is lesser or more than the tabular value, based on that we either accepted the null hypothesis or rejected the null hypothesis. If we reject the null hypothesis, we accept the alternate hypothesis. ये हमने हाइपोथेसिस टेस्टिंग में पढ़ा. अभी रिग्रेशन में हमने क्या पढ़ा? रिग्रेशन में हमने पढ़ा दैट इफ़ आई हैव बाइवेरिएट डेटा. बाइवेरिएट मतलब मेरे पास x का कुछ वैल्यूज़ है, y का कुछ वैल्यूज़ है. ओके, आई गिव यू सिंपल एग्जांपल ऑफ एज and the blood pressure. So suppose from this population of thousands of people, I am just sampling 10 people, data of 10 people. So 10 people का age और उनका ब्लड प्रेशर. तो एज इज़ एक्स एंड ब्लड प्रेशर इज़ वाई. ये मेरे पास बाइवेरिएट डेटा है. तो ये बाइवेरिएट डेटा में एक्स एंड वाई में क्या कोरिलेशन है, कोरिलेशन है कि नहीं, दैट आई फाइंड आउट फ्रॉम आर वैल्यू, दैट इज़ कोरिलेशन कोएफिशिएंट. एंड then we also try to derive the straight line equation. Straight line equation क्यों? Because after plotting these x and y values on the graph, I am expecting to get a straight line passing through origin if there is perfect correlation between these two variables, right? So if the correlation is negligible, if the correlation is high degree correlation, or if the correlation is intermediate, based on that your line may or may not pass through the origin, right? So existence of y-intercept on this graph, how much, to what extent I can accept the y-intercept, to how much extent I can be sure that the sample which I have taken, sample of these 10 people which I have taken from thousands of people, whether it is representing the whole population, ये decide करने के लिए I have to integrate this hypothesis testing in regression analysis. I hope this is clear. I repeat, regression में हमने क्या किया? I have x का data, y का data. Using that x and y data, we found out summation of x, summation of y, summation of x y, summation of x square, summation of y square. We calculated byx, bxy, and then we determined the equation of line y on x on y, right? And after that, um, we after that we plotted the graph. Okay, and that graph is a straight line because we believe that there is a correlation between x and y. तो sometimes y intercept आता है ना, line is not always passing through the origin. तो ये really है x y के बीच में correlation है कि नहीं, बराबर. And whatever data I have taken from the population, whether that sample is representing the whole population or not. So that means this regression model which I am trying to develop, कौन सा मॉडल? एज एंड ब्लड प्रेशर. मतलब 30 एज है तो इतना ब्लड प्रेशर है, किसी का 40 एज है तो इतना ब्लड प्रेशर है. तो एज और ब्लड प्रेशर का कोरिलेशन है कि नहीं, ये जो मैं इसका जो मॉडल मैंने बनाया रिग्रेशन मॉडल, वेदर दैट रिग्रेशन मॉडल इज़ वैलिड और नॉट, दैट आई एम ट्राइंग टू फाइंड आउट फ्रॉम हाइपोथेसिस टेस्टिंग. ठीक है, तो ये हाइपोथेसिस टेस्टिंग इन सिंपल एंड मल्टीपल रिग्रेशन मॉडल में इतना ही एक्सप्लेनेशन है. नाउ बेस्ड ऑन दिस एक्सप्लेनेशन, दीज नोट्स, हैंड रिटन नोट्स वी हैव प्रिपेयर्ड, so you can just go through these notes. I hope that will help you. If you see here, no, this table, you have to construct this table based on these values. The based on the total sum of squares, based on the regression sum of squares, okay, residual sum of squares, all these values we have to tabulate here to find out the f calculated or f statistics, and that will be then compared with the final with the tabular f value, okay, and based on that the null hypothesis can be accepted or rejected. समझा? तो इसका जो इनिशियल स्टेप्स है, इफ़ यू सी हियर, इनिशियल स्टेप्स क्या है? इनिशियल स्टेप्स में हम वी आर फर्स्ट फाइंडिंग आउट स्लोप, then we are finding out y-intercept, then we are finding out the equation of line, then we are plotting the graph, and then when hypothesis testing starts, these total sum of squares we are finding out using different formulae, and these total sum of squares then we are tabulating. I hope this is clear, and I hope this handwritten notes will help you. You can take screenshots of these pages if you need.